What is up, guys and gals? Welcome to another episode of the Nonstop Review. I'm your host, as always, Devon, and joining me, equally as always, is Rick.
Hello, everybody.
Those of you who are familiar with this version of the podcast know we don't like to mince words, so with that in mind, Rick, what are we doing today?
Steven Universe Season 4, Episode 5, Future Boy Zoltron. 3, 2, 1, and go.
If this episode is not a piss take of Voltron, I will be disappointed.
I don't think it is. I think it's more like...
Why the fuck is it called that then, Rick?
I think it's more like Zoltan from Big.
I'm not familiar.
Okay, have you not seen the movie Big at all?
The Tom Hanks film?
Yeah.
I don't remember the thing you're talking about from it.
Yeah, the thing that gives him the fortune of yes, you can have your wish.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't know that's what it was called.
Yeah, it was like a Zoltan. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
And this one just so happens to be a future boy.
That's fair. Be honest, the only thing I remember from Big is probably the thing everyone remembers from Big, and that is the giant piano scene.
Yeah. And the fact that he gets chatted up by this lady, and she has this... she has the panic scene at the end when she realises, oh yes, this actually is a child. Oh no.
Yeah, not a fan. But yeah, just gonna say, this thing's terrifying as fuck to look at.
I think it's meant to be.
That sounds like Tom Kenny.
It does a bit. That's a good way of doing that meme.
Yeah. Fuck me. Oh, flashback from when I worked in Fort Park. I don't care, it's been years. I was on my way to the break room. Here's the problem. When you go to the break room, it's in the middle of the fucking giant building you have to go through in order to get into the park, because the park's on an island.
Yes.
So I went through there. There are like 5 arcades in that big thing. And there was a kid who came up to me while I was on my way to my break. I know I told the other story involving my break when we weren't on air, but fuck, stop doing that. That's a fair point. Sorry, I got distracted by this cartoon. But yeah, this little kid came up to me and said, I put my money in the claw machine, and the claw, it went down and it picked up the toy, and it went over to the box, but it dropped before the box, so can you get me the toy? And I was like, this kid's like 5 years old, and I'm like, I didn't quite have it. I didn't quite have the nasty bone in my body to say that's how it fucking works, you dipshit. But that's what I was thinking. And, so I went, so you see that member of staff over there? Go bother him. Because, fuck's sake, man. The fuck you meant to do in that situation? And it's like, no, you got conned. That's how that machine works, you little fucking idiot.
Yeah, you weren't even working in the arcade bit.
No.
So it's not like you even had jurisdiction to open up a thing and give someone away a gift, you know?
And even if I did, I'd be like, no, get fucked. if it was my area, I'd have been a bit more curt, but... Alright, for real. I understand Lars doesn't like Steven enough to recognise it, but how the fuck does the other girl, I've forgotten her name, not recognise Steven?
Sadie, yeah. Man, you know it's bad when the way to escape is want to go to work. Yes.
Why does Onion have a crowbar?
Because he's a little hoodlum.
Well, I can relate to that.
Yep. Yeah, just get a symmetrical one on the other arm.
Yeah. That's really sad that you needed a robot to tell you that.
Yeah. Therapy bot.
Yeah. That's a mysterious individual who looks sad. Oh, he's British, great.
Yeah, he is. Oh! Okay, yeah. I think I remember this episode now.
Just gonna keep asking depressing questions, is he?
Yeah, he is.
Will talking to him make any difference, did he just ask?
Yes.
Oh. Oh, Jesus.
Man, yeah. Mr. Depresso. He only had $1.
This feels like if this was a more adult show, one of his questions would have been, should I just fucking blow my brains out? What?
Yeah.
That was useful, wasn't it?
Mm.
Oh, then again, yeah, I forget, she can just do that, can't she?
Yeah. When she wants to, yeah.
Aww.
Yeah, she can transmit the power with a kiss.
Thank you, random alien. I'm going to assume it's his dad. Oh, fucking hell.
Like, I remember seeing this and thinking where his statement was going to be is just like everything else in my life is just a boy in a costume.
I can't remember Mr. Smiley.
Mr. Smiley's the guy who owns the wharf with a big old smile.
Oh, okay. Oh, right, the black fella.
Yeah.
Well, that's because you were talking to him outside the act, Stephen.
Hmm. Yeah, he was the straight man in the routine.
Yeah. Well, what is it? One of the greatest compliments, one of the things that comedians always say they strive for is not to make people laugh, but to make other comedians laugh. Because comedians are the most fucking depressed people in the world.
Yeah. Weaponized depression.
Jeez. Aw. I like the oven mitts.
Yeah. Yeah, just go with him.
Yeah, why not? Fuck it. Maybe take off the costume. Oh, he smiled!
Yeah, he does.
What? It's a comedy act. You can't really take that shit seriously.
I think the allegory is... Yeah, I think it's more of an allegory. It's more than just a comedy act.
Oh, right, as in their relationship. Right, okay. Because we know Cartoon Network don't like the gay shit.
Yeah, they're allowed to do it with gay space rocks, but between humans, it's a bit more taboo at that point.
Ugh. Also, one of them's black and one of them's white, and that's still an issue for some people.
Oh.
I wish that was a joke, but it ain't.
Man, the worst part is there are people voting against it who have their own interracial marriages ongoing.
Oh, you're talking about that one particular senator, yeah.
But the turtle.
But he's not voting against it because he wants the interracial part out. He wants the gay part to stay out. But it just happens to also cover interracial marriages, which...
Yeah, bundled together, yeah.
But it's okay, because the Senate recently codified the gay marriage shit, so...
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's not okay, but it's better than it was. It won't suddenly go away like the abortion shit.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, what a fucking depressing way to end that episode, both talking and the actual... Well, the episode ended happily enough, but yeah. What did you think?
It was a slow episode. It could have been placed anywhere in the timeline. It's exactly what Cartoon Network wanted out of an episode, except for the fact that it was alluding to something that they wouldn't have wanted on their screens. I think it was important to be able to show that to kids. Anyone that could read between the lines, which, you know, I'm not sure as a kid I would be able to.
I mean, Rick, I'm 30 years old and I couldn't. Like, you had to tell me and I went, oh! I don't know if you heard my inflection when I realised what you were laying down, but it was genuine like, oh!
Yeah.
Which really made me feel like a fucking idiot, by the way. Thanks for that.
How about you? What do you think?
I thought it was a fun episode, despite the serious subject matter. But yeah, I enjoyed it. You're right, it was a little bit slow, but Stephen being a goofball, I live for it.
Yes.
And yeah, it was good. I liked it. I liked Garnet randomly showing up. I liked everything about this. And I've got to be honest with you, I liked it even when I thought it was legitimately just a comedy double act. But the fact that it's got a subtle message in there, subtle enough for me anyway, I dig it. That's cool. That's fine.
Yeah.
And as we say a lot of times on this podcast, man, kids need to see this shit because kids struggle enough finding their fucking identity, let alone when they don't see any examples of what their identity may be.
Yeah, like not having something normalized is a big barrier to self-discovery.
Yeah. On that heavy fucking note, Rick, what was your favourite moment?
My favourite moment was when Mr. Frowny smiled.
Yeah, like he smiled the moment he saw Mr. Happy.
Yeah. With an honourable mention to Mr. Smiley shouting and being enraged with a big massive fucking smile on his face at the beginning of the episode. I thought that was funny as well. But yeah, how about you? What was your favourite moment?
Because you've already given the award to Mr. Frowny smiling, I'm going to give the award to Garnet just showing up at the most convenient time, reminding us that yes, in fact, she can just see the future and do that.
Yes.
And yeah, passing on her powers for a little bit in the most adorable way in a forehead kiss to little Stephen.
Yeah. I do like the little nod that she said of, using my powers for someone that you've just met. That sounds like an appropriate use of my powers. And then just agrees to it. Because I think the implication is that she's seen every future in which she doesn't do that has Stephen miserable all day.
Yeah, but there's also the fact that, again, we bring it up every so often that Stephen is a super empathetic individual.
Yes.
Like, there's no denying that. He's always... It might not always work in his favour, but his heart is always in the right place, bless him.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah, I guess there's only one thing left to do. Rick, who is your MVP?
My MVP is the future Boy Zoltron himself, Steven Universe.
Oh, good. I was hoping... I was worrying that you might end up going, yes, find a fucking screen cap of this little shit and put it in the fucking...
Yeah, it's going to Stephen. How about you? Who's your MVP?
Yeah, there was not much for me to add, really, because you're right, it was Stephen. Stephen's the only only character with any weight in this episode. And, you know, even before the plot revealed, it was just adorable. Like, who other than Stephen would think, I broke a machine, I shall become the machine?
Yeah, I shall become the machine until I've paid for repairs to it, yeah. And apparently that only took a day because he's very good at handing out heartfelt advice to people that he knows while they don't know that it's him.
Which is still really funny to think, because it's just Steven.
Yeah. Like, even not having seen the fact that he's just installed himself, it's very obviously him.
But yeah, that's it from us today. Join us again next week where we'll have more Steven Universe. Don't know why I said it like that, but yeah, toodles.
Bye.